The unfinished skeleton of the new Gotham hydro plant loomed over the black churning river, the sound of metal shearing against metal. He landed heavily on a wet steel girder. This version of Batman was built like a tank, wearing a weighted cloak designed for drag rather than flight, with a crude axe symbol welded onto his chest. He had built the foundation of this plant 7 years ago, but tonight someone was dismantling it from the top down. He found the Joker sitting on the edge of a massive turbine's intake valve. The man looked nothing like a clown. Wearing a sharp, monotone suit with slicked-back hair and chalk-white skin, he resembled a bored executioner cleaning a long, serrated knife. "You're heavy, Bruce," Joker said, not looking up. "I felt the vibrations in the floorbolts 3 stories down." "Get away from the intake, Joker," Batman warned, his jaw set like granite. Joker slid off the turbine with fluid grace, dropping his silk handkerchief into the dark water below. He mocked Batman's attempt to act as the foreman of their reality, suggesting that Bruce had failed to account for material fatigue. Batman lunged, tackling Joker with the momentum of a linebacker. He swung a massive fist, but Joker didn't try to block. Instead, he caught Batman's wrist, redirecting the momentum and pivoting so that Batman slammed into a concrete pillar. "Too much mass, too much torque," Joker observed. "You're an engineering disaster, Bruce. A bridge, built without expansion joints." Batman ignored the impact, his fist crumbling the concrete as he spun back with a wild backhand. He gritted out that he was the wall, holding back the flood. Joker leaped over the blow, landing on a rusted catwalk above. Looking down with a clinical expression, he corrected Batman. He wasn't a wall, but a dam. And when pressure creates a singularity, dams burst. Joker kicked a lever on the catwalk, releasing a massive suspended load of steel beams. As they crashed down, Batman raised his detachable cape, which stiffened into a shield. The impact drove him to one knee amidst a shower of sparks. His ribs strained and a fracture line appeared on his forearm armor, but the suit held. He realized Joker wasn't fighting for a show like the others. He wanted a demolition. With a roar of effort, Batman shoved the beams aside and launched a pneumatic spike from his gauntlet. It wrapped around Joker's ankle. "Crude," Joker noted, just before Batman yanked the cable, ripping him from the high ground and slamming him onto the wet concrete floor. Joker rolled instantly, coming up with his serrated knife. He slashed with surgical precision, finding a seam in Batman's shoulder armor and drawing blood. Batman grunted in pain, but ignored the wound, delivering a brutal headbutt that cracked Joker's nose. Joker stumbled back, blood running down his face. He smiled, a thin, terrifying slit. "There it is," he said. "The structural failure, the crack in the concrete. You feel it, don't you? The urge to just let the building collapse." "I don't hold it up for me," Batman replied. He reached into his belt and pulled out a remote detonator. "Explosives? On your own site?" Joker asked. "That's bad for the insurance premiums, Bruce." "I know the weak points," Batman said. I poured the cement. He triggered the device. He wasn't aiming at Joker. He blew the supports of the floor beneath them. The concrete gave way and both men fell into the darkness of the sub-basement, surrounded by debris and rushing water. Batman managed to hook his arm through a rebar loop, halting his fall. He pulled himself up to a ledge as the water rose. The rubble pile where they had landed was empty. Joker was gone. In his place, sitting on a broken slab, was a single playing card. It wasn't a Joker, but a metal tarot card. The Tower. Batman picked it up. It was heavy and sharp enough to cut skin. He realized that his job wasn't to stop the fall, but to be the thing that survived the crash. He turned away from the wreckage, limping into the shadows of the tunnels, the silhouette of his chest emblem catching the last flickering light. Joker was right. The structure was flawed. That just meant he had to build a harder one. "Alfred," he radioed, "prepare the med bay and get the welder."